Hi, it's Martin from Steffi Bull Promotions. Delighted to announce our next guest, young and hungry Connor Coghill. Connor, thanks for joining us.
Welcome.
2020 it's been a horrendous year for boxing. It's been a horrendous year for everything. Hopefully, we're starting to see a little bit of light. Just talk us through what it's been like for you the past 18 months.
It's been challenging, but it has for everybody. You know, there's people out there that are losing their jobs, losing their homes. So you just got to take it with a pinch of salt. I started training still. I've never stopped training really. I've just been ticking over. I've been hoping. I was ready for titles. I was hoping to get out and get my first title, but with everything that's gone on, it's just set me back 12 months.
Well, the last time you were out was in your hometown, and like you said, it was probably something that you couldn't envision what happened over the past 18 months. I don't think anyone could, but
No.
there has been some development with yourself. If people look on Instagram and look on social media, they've seen now that you're training with former professional Tommy Coyle, which we'll get onto that later. So you've had some cracking tutors in your time. You've got like the likes of Steffi, Ray, Tommy. So the future's 100% bright, and you're still young. So, but just talk us how you got into boxing, Connor.
I started when I was 10, and my stepdad at the time, he I used to have fights all the time with my best mate, believe it or not. My best mate was to get the better of me. So he said he was gonna take me boxing. So he took me and he took my best mate boxing with me. And I started training, went to St. Paul's at the time in Hull. I was training with him. I started sparring with my best mate, dropped him with a couple of body shots, and I thought, I like this. I'm enjoying this. And I've just stuck at it ever since. I've always been training. I had a little blip when I was about 16, just women and the same old women and bows and the party life for about 12 months. I enjoyed it at the time, but I knew it wasn't for me. So I got in touch with Stevie Smith at the time in Hull, who was training. He was training Tommy. And I said to Stevie, look, I was boxing. I've took a bit of time off it. Things going on, work, partying. I was 16, 17, I had my own flat. I was working from 15, 16. I got a flat, I was paying rent. So I was a young lad with a flat. So that's all I did. The lads had come round and we'd do that. So I knew I needed to change my life. I knew that I'd done 6 years boxing and I knew I just couldn't throw it away. So got in touch with Stevie. Stevie said, look, come train with the pros. We'll just keep you training. I want to get my amateur license. So I went there, started training amateur again, and I had a few fights senior for Stevie. Didn't really go my way. I had a few wins, few losses. I'd say that I was enjoying it, and I was enjoying it, but I don't think I took it as serious as I should have done at the time. But I knew that I wanted to be a boxer, and I knew that if I was to turn pro, I need to knuckle down, and that's what I did. I turned professional and I knuckled down my training.
When you say you didn't take it seriously, are you like referencing like the food and the
just everything. Like I trained, but I didn't train hard enough, I don't think, as an amateur, because for me, I was like 18, 19, an amateur again, and I was past that Olympic stage where you move from ABAs to England to GB, and I thought, I'm not going to go down that route. I didn't think I was capable enough. I don't think my style suited that. So I knew that that wasn't going to be the route for me, and I didn't take it as serious because of that. But then as soon as I knew that I wanted to be professional, I thought, right, if I'm going to be professional, I'm going to get paid, I'm going to win titles, and I'm going to go far with it. I need to knuckle down, and that's what I did.
So you've obviously, for you to say that like you want to knuckle down and win titles, you've got to have been told in the past that you've got something about you. You've got to have known it in yourself as well. But have you had people saying to you, Connor, listen, you've actually got something, you can actually bring something to this sport. You can actually do something. Because I've spoke to, as I said before, like I spoke to a couple of people, and they've said that you're extremely talented. You basically, they tell you one thing and you just pick it up straight away. So that kind of belief that everyone else is telling you, was that something that made you think, you know what, I do need to knuckle down?
Yeah, of course. It's confidence when people say, but you've got to have the right people saying it. I believe. Like I've spent a lot of times with friends and family in pubs and what have you, and all. I've been on nights out and I've had people coming up to me saying, "Oh, you're brilliant," and I take that with a pinch of salt because they might not necessarily know what it takes to be a boxer. But when you've got people like Tommy, Luke Campbell, Samim and Emney, these top pros that have won titles in Hull, they've all given me compliments, and not just compliments, but they've all helped me in their own ways. So they've sparred with me, they've trained with me, and they've helped me with technical stuff, and not just technical stuff, but mental stuff as well. You know, even my coaches, all the coaches that I've had, Mike Bromby, Stevie Smith, Ray, Tommy, Steffi, they've all helped me in their own way. They've complimented me, but they've helped me with training and stuff as well. No, so when they're saying it, then yeah, I do start to think, right, okay, I have got something, because all these people that have been around me for the last 10, 15 years, they've all achieved a lot from boxing. So if they're all helping me and telling me that I can do it, then I believe that I can.
Yeah, because boxing can be quite a lonely sport, and some people can just turn to boxing and basically within like the blink of an eye, it's a trainer can think, you know what, I ain't going to push him no more. He obviously don't want it. But like you said, if the trainers keep telling you, then but there's only so many times they can tell you. Like if you're not listening, to them and you're not doing it yourself, other people can come and go. But like you said, the trainers you've had in the past, they've all turned around and said that you're a talented lad. So when you said that you wanted to move from the amateurs to the pro game, did you see much of a difference? Because I know in the amateurs it's a lot quicker, and in the pros you have to. It's not as many shots, but you have to make your shots count when you throw them.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Like I used to, as an amateur, and even like when I first turned pro and I had my first couple of fights, I used to think, throw loads of shots, get the better of him, and you'll win the fight. But it's not like that at all. One punch in the pro game can change the whole fight. So you've got to pick your shots perfect, and to pick your shots, it's a game of chess. You've got to feint. You've got to make them make faults and gaps for you to target it. And I think my last couple of fights, I think I started to learn that. I needed to slow the pace down, and I needed to pick the right shots.
But it's hard though when you're fighting in front of your friends, like because you've had 8 fights and you've had 8 victories, and to be fair, all of them have gone the distance, haven't they? So that's one good thing. It shows that you can do the rounds. But when you're a young lad walking out into that cauldron, like Doncaster Dome, Barnsley, Hull, when you first turn into a pro, it's hard for you to take that into your mind and think, you know what, because you want to enjoy it as well. You want to feel that's why you have to have these fights to get you to that next level. Like I guarantee you probably never felt an atmosphere like the Donny Dom to when you went to the O2 Arena. I bet it was different because there probably weren't so many people there. But how big the venue was and the occasion that it was on, I bet that was surreal.
Yeah, the atmosphere there was no one there. You know, the only people, to be fair, the only people that were there was the judges. And as I looked to my right hand side, there was Timothy Bradley and Andre Ward commentating. So
there you go.
I got a bit of butterflies. You know, I thought I need to impress here. But then you just switch off. As soon as the bell goes, you switch off and you just crack on.
But that's what I mean. And the first couple of fights that you'd had in like with Steffi and Ray, they would have got you. You would have got rid of your nerves then, like your excited nerves. Imagine if you'd gone to the O2 on your debut and fought in front of them. You'd have been. Do you know what I mean? So you built up to that, which is perfect. The Lomachenko card, like not many people got to see Lomachenko. Now there's so many people out there, boxing fans, that still Lomachenko is an absolute. He's an unreal fighter, and people write him off in the lightweight division now, which I don't understand why. But you actually got to fight on that undercard on a box office Eddie Hearn show, so that's got to show that you're actually doing the right things.
Yeah, that and I'm pals with Luke, so that always helps. But Luke got me on it. To be fair, obviously I still needed to perform and I still needed to win the fight, train hard, and I did my bit. But Luke really helped me with that, and he got me on the card for that.
It's like the saying, it's not what you know to, you know.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. It is.
But you've still got to do it. Luke's not going to put you on a card where he's got to see some. If he's bashing you all around the ring, and
I'd been a southpaw myself. Building up to that, it was lockdown. Obviously, the pros could still train. So me and Luke, building up to the Lomachenko fight, we worked 2-3 days a week on technical stuff. So that was building up to the Lomachenko fight, and that's where we got the relationship where he said, "Look, I'll look after you. I'll get you on the show." So he did that for me.
So is that one of the? Because I know you were you used to work closely with Ray. Steffi obviously still manages yourself.
Yeah.
But with regards to Ray, I'd had a conversation with Ray, and Ray, nothing but respect for you, to be honest. He basically said that it was all done like gentlemen. Basically, it was down to travel. It was hard for you to finish work, keep travelling up to Doncaster. Do you miss that side of the? Do you miss that?
Yeah.
Jim?
Yeah, of course I do. Yeah, I miss everybody there. You know, we was all friends. We still are friends. I still keep in contact with everybody. I miss the travelling up. It was great to get on the train and travel up and see everybody train and then come home. But it got to the point where, especially during lockdown, those trains were getting cancelled, and it was hard for me to get up there because I don't know who I'm getting on the train with or whether they've got COVID or not. So, and then there was Terry having major fights. I couldn't risk getting on a train and taking COVID to the gym where she's training. So it was hard for me, but I knew that I needed to make a decision because it's a short career, this, and I need to do the right things.
And is that how you become like working with Tommy? That before, like you said, you joined his gym, you joined the gym. Tommy used to train out of there.
Yeah, I've always known Tommy from St. Paul's, being an amateur. I've known him for years. So I was in Holland. I said to Tommy, "Look, can I do a bit of training with you?" So because I was based in Hull. I'm in Hull. It was just easier for me to train here than to get on a train and travel to Doncaster. So as I've been training with Tommy, I knew Tommy was getting his pro license, and I just said, "Look, it's too hard for me to travel to Doncaster and back. It's just taking it out of me." Not only that, like I'd get the train back home, and when I'm supposed to be doing 2 sessions, I'm not giving it that extra 100%. I'm giving it 90% because I'm getting the train home and I'm just too tired and lethargic. So when I go and do my run on the night, I'm not pushing myself as much as I should be doing because I can't get that. I'm just too tired to get that extra out of me. So I knew that if I was based in Hull and I'm training in Hull, I'm going to achieve more and be fitter.
And would you say the changes, would you say that you started to see improvements?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I'm seeing a different side to fighting now. I've always been a point scorer, you know, winning the rounds, not getting hit. I don't want to be, and Tommy's even said this to me, I don't want the mentality that Tommy had where he wanted to please the crowd, he wanted to get into wars. I think Tommy knows that he made mistakes doing that. and he don't want that for me because I'm a good point scorer and not get hit, and he don't want to change that from me. So I think we're not changing the style that I am. We're just adding bits to it. So as you know as well, Tommy could punch and Tommy could take people out. So I'm trying to incorporate that side of the training, and that side of fighting, and just add that to the way that I've got. I feel like I've got a bit of Luke and a bit of Tommy, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it makes perfect sense. Like I was saying to you off air, Tommy was loved by the British public. Like whenever he'd fight, there were. I remember when he beat Sean Dodd. We were speaking about it before. It was just his face, like you could just tell he lived for boxing. You literally could just tell him. So it's good to see that he's kept in the sport, and like you said, training with Tommy, training with Luke. What have they said? Like, what's your ambition next? Because I know every fighter wants to win a British title, and what's Tommy said? What's Tommy said? What's the plan?
I think the plan would be at the minute. I wanna have I've not fought since February 2019. I think it's 2019, wasn't it? 2020, February 2020.
Last year.
Yeah. So it's gonna, and I don't know when the shows are gonna be coming on again. So it's gonna be like 16 to 18 months without fighting, if the shows start happening. So I'd like to have a nice tune-up fight with Tommy, maybe a 6 or an 8 rounder. But this is for me and Steffi and Tommy to discuss. I don't want to jump into. I don't think I should jump into a big 10-round title fight yet. I'd have been ready for that last year. Now a bit of time out. I'd like to have a warm-up fight with a new coach. And then I want a title straight after that, I think.
That's good. That's good though, because you do get a lot of lads out there that once they've got their sights set on a title, they're like, no, I'm ready. I want to go into a title. And like you said, sit down with Steffi, sit down with Tommy. And the thing is with Steffi at the moment, that man can do no wrong. Literally, he can do no wrong. You got female trainer of the year last week. Terry Harper defended world title 3 times last year. He's got kids coming through left, right, and centre. Doncaster Dome, the Metrodome, Magna Centre, Hull, they're perfect venues. And literally, when the lights, when it goes green, I think boxing's just going to erupt. And I really do. And I think it's going to be shows left, right, and centre. Would you like to fight in Donny again?
I'd fight anywhere. Absolutely anywhere. As long as I can get out, I'm not fussed where I fight. I've got great support. I've got friends, family. I've got tons of support. In Hull, I do 350, 400 tickets. So I'm not scared to put on a few buses and get the Barmy Army down to wherever.
Now, just a question. Steffi has got some fighters who've had phone calls recently from the likes of Eddie about potential opportunities, like if other fighters pull out. If you was to get a call, would you jump to the occasion?
I think I would. I'd like to, yeah, because like you say, we don't know when shows are going to go ahead. I'm here because I want to win titles. I'm not the type of person that says I'm going to be a world champion, because I'll just take it as it comes. You know, if I win in English, I'll then say, right, I want to be British, and then if I win a British, I'll say, right, I'm going to be Europe, and I'll work my way up that way. I'm not gonna jump the gun for anything. But if an opportunity comes, I won't be scared to take it.
That's great. That's good news. That is. Any fighters out there at like English or British level that not a chance to call anyone out, but are there any fighters that you look at and think, oh, I wouldn't mind testing myself against him?
I've not, to be honest, I've not fought at my ideal weight yet. So I've always, because I've been fighting journeyman and I've been fights here, there, and everywhere. I've not really, my weight's been fluctuant, so I've not really fought at a set. I've been like feather, super feather. I've even fought lightweight. I don't know what my weight is yet. So I've not really looked at what fighters are in the division because I don't know what division I should be in. I think that's going to be something that me and Tommy would sit down and spar with people and do a bit of a strength block and see where I'm at and see what I can deal with before I know what weight to be in.
Have you been training with Luke lately?
I haven't lately. No, I've not trained with him since he's been back from the Garcia fight. I've been in contact with him.
What a fight!
Well, yeah, it was a good fight. Yeah, very good fight.
I remember the second round when he caught him. He was asleep. Garcia was asleep.
I know.
I
couldn't believe he got up. I thought he's not getting up.
It woke him up. It literally, when he caught him flush, he was asleep, and then he must have when his head hit the canvas, it must have woke him up, and that's the difference between world class and elite, because you've got to feel sorry for Luke Campbell. You really have, because he's fought. You can never say that he shies away from a fight.
He never. I was just about to say that. He took the words out of my mouth. He never ducks anybody.
He's fought the best. Linares, Lomachenko, Garcia. And I guarantee he'll fight more. And the thing is, he'll probably come up. He'll probably have like an opportunity to fight Tank or Devin Haney or someone like that. And he'll upset the apple cart. Because now, let's be honest, like when them lot fighting, they'll all think, oh, I can beat him. But we all know a fully fit Luke Campbell. And was he still suffering from COVID? Who knows? Because he looked tired in rounds 4, 5, and 6. And do you know what I mean? So you can just never write him off.
No.
With regards to you, what? Sorry.
I hope he does. I hope he gets the Devin Haney fight.
Yeah,
I think it's more suited to him.
Yeah, no, definitely, and it's that can be made, Eddie, and that can definitely be made. Anything you want to say to your sponsors?
Yeah, just to be honest, my sponsors have saved me massively. My sponsors: GBW Power, StoreTech, Sanguine, Lairgate Financial, and Land Property. They've all kept me in training. GW Power, especially in StoreTech. With one for them, I'd be working. I won't be able to train like I am, So I owe them massively. If it weren't for them, then it got to the point after the first lockdown and shows being cancelled. It came up to like Christmas time, and I was thinking, what do I do? Do I get a job? Do I not box? Well, I'll not box again. I didn't know where my head was at. I was a bit down because of what's happened. You go from flying high and you're winning fights. You're fighting in your hometown. You're earning money. You're looking at titles, and all of a sudden it's just took away. And I didn't know what to do. But they've saved me massively, and I really appreciate the support that they've given me.
And if there was any sponsors out there that was looking to sponsor a boxer, why should they sponsor you?
Because I'm driven to succeed. I've never give up. I've never given up. I've had dips, I've had falls, but I'll just keep going. And even though that everything that's happened with COVID and everything, I could have easily just got a job and such up. But I'm willing to go, and I've even raked out a little loan to keep me going, like put me in debt to because I want it that much, and I need to keep training, and that's what I'm doing. So if anyone was to sponsor me, then I'm here to really work and to give them what they need, and that's win titles.
And when the light goes green, what we're gonna expect from Conor?
A great performance. I think I'm gonna start getting some stoppages now. Tommy's helped me a lot with putting the pressure on my opponents a lot more, instead of just scoring my shots, getting out and going for a walk. If I hurt somebody, I'm training now to put it on them and to take them out early. So it will be exciting. I'm not going to start having wars and putting myself in any danger. I'm just here to win fights. If I hurt somebody, then I'll try and take them out.
20. To be fair, mate, I'm looking forward to seeing you in action. I really am.
Thank you.
2021, there's some absolute belting fights to come out. We
Yeah.
know it. Who would you say is going to be your fighter of the year of 2021?
Fighter of the year. I think it's got to be Canelo on it.
You think he beats Billy Joe?
Yeah. I think he stops Billy Joe.
Okay.
I think he stops him.
And then
I think that he's just. I watch him all the time, and I just think the way he makes people miss is just unbelievable. It's unnatural the way he moves his head. It's beautiful to watch. To be fair.
Yeah, Where does he go though when he beats Billy Joe? Does he go up? Because there was fighting. Was it Bivol? Was it Beterbiev? I think it was Beterbiev, wasn't it?
Beterbiev. I think Beterbiev. I think has got no chance. He hits really hard. But when you watch him, he don't. I don't think he's got the speed to hit. Look at Canelo and who he's fought with, like Daniel Jacobs. You know, Daniel Jacobs has got a bit of speed, and the way he moves his head and makes him miss, there's no chance Beterbiev going to catch him.
Do you remember that shot by Canelo against Callum Smith when he goes to throw a jab and then he moves away from throwing the jab and then throws an uppercut?
I ain't seen it. I don't think I've seen that.
Have you not seen that in round 11? He goes to throw a jab and basically changes it into an uppercut. I was trying to do that in my living room and I nearly fell over.
Yeah, I have seen it. Yeah.
I was trying to do it in my living room and I nearly fell over. And he done that against a world champion. So that's just unreal. Connor, it's been a pleasure speaking to you. I'm looking forward to seeing what comes in 2021, 2022. And keep in touch. Yeah, thank you very much for joining us, pal.
No problem. Thank you, mate. Thank you for your time. Mate. Cheers. Thank you.